Hello! It's Christmas! Fuck Christmas! So, I hope you all have had a Merry Shitsmas, as have I. I'm just sitting here recording this at 25 past 6 or so, drinking a can of Duck Thunder, as always, and just enjoying the evening. Now, you all know why the fuck I'm recording this. It's because there's shiz right there, and I got some shiz down here. So, let's go on with talking about this shiz, shall we? So, first of all, just want to say, the other day, I got this, my first HMS Bay. I have recorded a video. In fact, I've recorded quite a few videos, particularly things I've been getting and things I've gotten, stuff that's been packed away at the moment, but yeah. You will be seeing those videos, just when I actually feel like posting them, you'll just literally see a whole fuck ton of them. But yeah, first HMS Beyblade, and whew boy, does this really demonstrate to me how fucking pathetic that the initial run of Burst and the entirety of the Metal Gen were. Because whereas one of these, regardless of which one or when it was made, it has left and right spin built into its launcher intrinsically. Like, seriously. Left and right rotation is built into the base launcher. And this is part of the plastic gen. This little thing has left and right rotation built into it. It has no intrinsic left or right rotation as a base. The launcher has it built in, and yet this is part of plastic gen, and the series after it, everything was pretty much right rotation bar less than 10 Beyblades. And no, I'm not including recolors. So stuff like the weird red stadium that came with the gold El Drago and the blue Pegasus with the red ring. Yeah, no, I don't count that because that's just a recolor of Lightning El Drago. But no, the entirety of HMS, all of them were left and right. Burst, for the first run of Burst Beyblades, there were only 2 that were left rotation. And they weren't even wave 1. It's just... dude. Metal Gen at least gave us the left spinning Beyblade in wave 2. Well, I think it was wave 2 or the tail end of wave 1. Plastic Gen gave us left rotation right off the get-go. It's just, fiddling with this, it just demonstrates to me how utterly pathetic the design for Burst's initial run, and I mean the initial run as in the single layer, the dual layer, then the frames, Switch Strike, Evolutions, all that stuff, up until presently with the whole chassis and frame. Up until that, everything else was pretty much pathetic, because whereas with this, left and right is built into it. Everything in Burst and Metal, you have to use particular pieces to be allowed to even use left rotation. It's just... come on, where's the fun in that? You're restricting on what you actually use. Yeah, I get it, competitive play, but sometimes you don't want to use the dragon. that spins to the left. Sometimes you want to use the three-headed dog. But yeah, I've got my first HMS Beyblade, and funnily enough, it is Strata Dragoon, or Gaia Dragoon. I don't particularly know which version. It might just be Strata Dragoon MS. I don't know, because there are about 2 or 3 Strata Dragoons. Well, in HMS, I don't know. I honestly don't. I never got one of these as a kid. The most recent Beyblade that I got as a kid was an engine gear, which, funnily enough, I have the sticker sheet right here. Honestly, can't tell his name, but that one. Yeah, the behemoth one from Team Bega. Yeah, that one. When I was a kid, that was the most recent Beyblade I had, and that was the only one that we could get. Then the Metal Gen started up. I tried collecting them as they came out, but yeah, Tesco started fucking me over on releases, jacking up the prices for some odd reason. Like, they weren't worth a tenner a piece. Like, they were charging a tenner for the Legend base, which was just the Beyblade on its own. Just, no, I'm not going to pay £10 for a Beyblade on its own. Not unless it's something worth it, like something with bearing. But even then, Phantom Orion, that's not worth £10. But regardless of that, HMS, superior in so many ways, and I've only fiddled with one of them. Though at some point I do want to get an Advanced Attacker and a Wallborg, just so I can actually do my Zodiac Dragoon combo. 3 points and bearing drive. Come on. So, yeah, that's my rant about Beyblade. Now on to Shiz. So let's start off with the sack, by not actually touching the sack. I'll explain. First thing to show, a Pokemon notebook. It's literally just a notebook. But it's a nice notebook, I will admit. So yeah, that's actually quite nice. The reason why I'm showing that rather than grabbing the sack, it's because we went to my sister and brother-in-law's house for Christmas dinner, and due to circumstances, I had a few more presents in my sack, because I actually had less presents under the tree, whereas my sister and brother-in-law had more presents in that regard. So to even it out, I had more in the sack, they had more under the tree. So that's fair. It's completely fair, in all honesty. Taking into account the things I'm interested in aren't actually available half the time here. Along with the fact distribution lanes are kind of fucked right now. So yeah, I'm not upset by it. Along with the fact I'm getting stuff like this for myself. So honestly, no real problem. Yeah, just before going down, I had to actually open a few things to not cause a stink. So a few presents I opened are not in the sack, but they are from the sack. Such as Snox. Got to have Snox. Oh, it's tradition, Snox. And then to keep in theme with the Star Wars, a Christmas ornament Empire. Why the fuck not? And then this. Now, the things weren't originally in this box, but I used the box to actually just tuck them away. So, first off, an offline gadget pen, which is basically just a useful little thing. 6 functions. A bottle opener, which I'm not really going to be using that often, but it can come in handy. A 7cm ruler, which, yes, that will actually come in handy. A flathead screwdriver, a retractable pen, a stylus, and a crosshead screwdriver. So I can use this on my tablet quite nicely. And it's a functional pen, so sweet. And taking into account it's got that little section for a bottle opener, that means I could just hook it on something. Simple. After that, assorted chopsticks. Just, I needed a new pair, and it's kind of become a little bit of a tradition for me to get a pair of chopsticks every year. So I do have a little stash of chopsticks that I just have yet to actually fiddle with and open, but these ones right now, these feel quite nice in the hand. It'll take me a while to actually get used to using them, just because, well, they're square, I'm used to the cylindrical, but got another 2 pairs right here. So we'll see how that goes. And for some reason, it had little army men stickered on it. I don't know. Blame my mum. I'm blaming my mum. Then, after that, a Transformers loyal subject. Series 2. I have no idea which one is in here. So I've got I got 2 in 16 chances of getting Shockwave, which kind of nice if it was. I've got a 1 in 16 chance of getting Mirage. Please say it's not Mirage. I've got a 2 in 16 for Sideswipe. I've got a 2 in 16 for Prowl. Oh, please, no, not Prowl. I've got a 2 in 16 for Slag. Ooh, I wouldn't mind having my lovely little Slag. I've got a 2 in 16 for Shrapnel. Not a huge fan of Stag Beetles. Rather Bombshell, Kabuto Beetle. Got a 2 in 16 for Thrust. Not a bad one. And a 2 in 16 for Ramjet. Meh. And then on the back it says that there is a 1 in 16 for Talking Optimus Prime? 3 second-long phrases? I have no idea what that is. Then a 1 in 24 chance of a Conehead, and 1 in... Oh wait, no, I think that Conehead is Dirge because it's blue. And a 1 in 96 chance of a purple seeker, which I can only assume is Skywarp. He's purple. That's why people love him. He's purple. So, yeah. No, I'm not going to open this yet. There is a particular reason, and it's to do with the boxes by here, which I've shown off in the past quite a few times. But been working on by there for a while now, and I can get to my table, so that means videos. I just need a spotlight or a strip light or something to go on the other side of the beam that is right here. You can see the beam right there, just right there. It's a beam that goes across my room. It's a support beam for the roof, and on the one side of it, it blocks out the light from that. So there's pretty much no light that actually gets to the table except for sunlight from outside, and that's only during the day when it's sunny. So can't even use it that much. So I need actual light there, and I need something to put my webcam up on. So yeah. The next item, the Fork, the Witch, and the Worm. It's part of the Eragon series, the Inheritance Cycle. Alright. Eragon was the first real book that I ever read. I read it in a week, in 3 days, and it was not the paperback, it was the hardback with the cover. It was in the high school library. I set the record for reading it a week and 3 days. I loved that book, I loved Eldest, I loved Brissinger, and I loved Inheritance. So, I've got all 4 books in paper cover. Now I need all 4 books in hardback. And I put Eragon and Brissinger on my Christmas list, but sadly weren't able to find. But we did manage to find that. So this is an adventure in between or set afterwards. I don't know. I have to read it. And then after that, Gyro Fighters. Basically, they're just knockoff Beyblade Burst. Now, originally I already had these 3. So I had 3 of the 4 in the set. I did not have that one, which I believe that is Quetzalcoatl. Don't quote me on that. I think it is, I don't know, I've never actually owned Quetzalcoatl. I have Yggdrasil, not Quetzalcoatl, so I don't know. It's just, I already have these 3, didn't have this one. Now, the 3 I got, Kerberos came with Orbit. Now, from what I could gather, all of Kerberos in this little boosters, all of them came with Orbit. Same would go for Ragnarok, coming with a flat metal tip, well, partially curved. Same for Deathsizer, coming with a, I think it was Axel, or it was Sharp. I'm not quite sure. It's just, I don't know what this one is meant to come with, and I mainly just want to actually experiment on whether or not they are all universal, or if they are random, because if this doesn't come with Orbit, then that'll be rather intriguing, because that'll give me another driver to fiddle with. Same for these other 3. So hopefully I actually do get something different, and hopefully this one actually yields something more unique. It's just at some point I need a bearing. And yes, I am on about the bearing driver. I do need one of those. Or even a revolve. I do need it. Because, yeah, I have a revolve, but it's Hasbro. These drivers are Takara Tomy molds. Yeah, these layers actually use the teeth. So I can't actually use them normally. And yeah, I have actually tried. They ain't compatible. Not very nicely. Now you're probably wondering what the box was originally from. Well, it's actually a pair of slippers I'm wearing right now. I needed a new pair of slippers because the left slipper that I presently had, well, had a hole in it. So every time I went outside, just either do the recycling or take Scamp out for a walk, or, well, just do stuff like that, I'd get a damp foot. It wasn't nice. So I had to mitigate that. So I ended up walking very weirdly and got my foot into a good number of cramped situations. But yeah, these slippers were a tree present. So yeah. Set that aside for a moment. Next up, something that is a day late, but kind of funny at the same time. But I'm probably going to do something with it in January or February, because it's the 24-day Funko Pop Dragon Ball Z calendar. Tesco's had it on sale for a tenner. It was on clearance. Of course I'm going to fucking get it. So this was a stocking filler present. Now I'm going to say this right now. No, I do not endorse anything to do with Funko. I do not support them in any fucking way, shape, or manner. They can burn in purgatory for all I care. And no, I actually don't collect them myself. I have a second-hand Freddy. That's it. My mum collects them. I don't. The only two Funkos I even have interest in at all are Greymon, who I'm never going to get a hold of. That thing is pretty much impossible to get. Plus, dude, that thing is big. And the other one is Orisa, who I've only seen once. Did not buy it because I wasn't willing to pay a tenner. No, she may be one of the bigger Funkos, but I am not willing to pay a tenner. No. But a tenner for that? Yeah. It's just, they already show off about 5, 6 of them. So it's kind of stupid how it just shows you some of them right off the bat. So yeah, that's something to have some fun with and open. I got 2 of these, one from the sack, one from my gran, and I got 20 quid, so that'll go towards something fiddly. I don't know what. Next is a Lightspeed high-speed car. Well, it's a laser speed high-speed car. Basically, it's literally just a USB charged thing to fiddle with on a desk. So yeah. It's not per se the best, but it's just something to fiddle with, and it's a stocking filler. Can't really complain about that. Next up is, funnily enough, something I first hated when I knew of its existence. But I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. Wooloo! It's a little wooloo! When I first heard of this Pokemon's existence, I just couldn't fucking stand it. I'm not a fan of sheep. Not particularly. Though I like rams, but it's just... Look at that. That is so cute. I saw her in Tesco's the one time, and it's adorable. It's fucking stupid, but adorable. So I got a Wooloo. That is one I'm never getting rid of. Just because it's fucking Wooloo. I fucking hate Wooloo, but it's adorable. Next is something that is a bit of an in-joke with me and my mum. Sudoku! I love Sudoku. So a Rubik's Cube Sudoku is just... it's a fuck you in the form of a cube, because the question is, do you solve it by having each number on each side, or do you solve it as a Sudoku? That's the question. There are two ways of solving it. Doing it of each number per side, or Sudoku it. Either way, I am never going to actually complete this. That's going to be a fun one. And there's this. It's just a funny little thing that my mum and I found in Oxfam the one day, and I fell in love with it. And I thought to myself, I could use that and make a costume from it. So my mum got it for me as a stocking filler, and oh, that is lovely. So I can flip the bird. I can give you the giant middle finger. So yeah. Then after that, it is definitely something of an in-joke with me and my mum. I have a stash of instant noodles in the kitchen. I've got a bag of pot noodles, I've got a cardboard tray of Bachelor's Super Noodle Chow Mein, and a tray of Maggie's chicken noodles, and a few Aldi's chicken noodles, and the Super Noodle Pots chicken noodles. You can tell I like noodles. It's just... my mum saw this, I have no idea where, and she instantaneously thought, Ben. So it comes with a chicken noodle packet, which I might just have tonight. And it comes with a spork. But it's also a knife. I don't think I'm going to be using that. Or the bowl. I think that's just going to be a display thing. But yeah, that's just to show the stupidity that is me. Then after that, Pac-Man PJs. Why not? You gotta have PJs. Then from there, another pair of gloves. Why not? Why not have gloves? You need gloves. And I go through gloves really quickly. And then, not one, but two of the Creator Cat polybags. It's just that these are actually quite decent ball socket stock. So yeah, it comes with 6 of the joints in the pack. So that's quite decent, because that means parts for experimentation. And that also means bits I can probably take apart and dismantle. But since I've got 2, that means I can put 1 for actually building and just have on my display, and 1 for scrapping. So, yeah. And then that is pretty much it for sack presents. The other thing under the tree is this. Freaking NECA burning Godzilla. Look at that motherfucker. Look at that. Dude. There's Rodan, Mothra, and Godzilla in the set. And this is basically the closest thing I'm ever going to get to the SH Monster Arts. And in all honesty, I'm happy that I got a NECA figure for once. This is my first NECA, because those aren't available at mass retail for me. Those are a collector thing. So that means specialist shops. Unlike in America where you can find this sort of thing at Barnes and Nobles. No, we don't have that. We don't have that. But yeah, that will be reviewed at some point. Probably when Godzilla vs. King Kong comes out. Because I have the first Godzilla, I have King of Monsters, I haven't watched them, because I'm waiting for the third one. I kind of knew there was going to be a third one, because it's the rule of kaiju. If it's Godzilla, it's normally going to be more than one. So, yeah. Plus, I need to familiarize myself with the new iteration of Godzilla. But now for the most fun part. Come on, you blighter. these were from my sister and brother-in-law. My sister told me she had no fucking clue what to get me for Christmas, so she just told me, put what I wanted in her Amazon basket, and she told me, regardless of what the fuck it is, or how much. So, I put in the Cerve Gundam Shahrazad and the Iron-Blooded Orphans Lupus Rex Barbatos. It's just, I've wanted Barbatos since I saw the Lupus Rex, since I ever saw it in the show, and I loved it. It's so feral and monstrous. I love that kind of thing in mobile suits. But then, the likes of the Shahrazad, first off, it's the Cerve. It's the Gundam Cerve from 00, my favourite season. 00 is my thing. Exia. Hello. So, yeah, it's my thing. It's just, this also comes with my favourite sci-fi ship of all time, the Ptolemaios. Ah. The fun part is, it actually comes with half of a second Ptolemaios. That's where the funny part comes in, because it's not the only thing I asked for. I also asked for the Ptolemaios arms, so that means I have a second Ptolemaios, so I can have one on the Shahrazad and one on its own. The funny part is, this also comes with half of a Ptolemaios, but the best part is, the polycaps it comes with, it only uses a few of them. So, leftover polycaps, experimentation. Now, unlike those like Nekagaikatsu or Kakarot 197, I don't have abundant amounts of spare parts. So, any spare polycaps or unused pieces, thank you very much, I will gladly take those. This is why I like remold kits, because sometimes they leave the leftover parts, and from what I can gather, there is enough parts left over on this Cerve to make a normal Cerve instead of the Shahrazad. So, if I really wanted, I could just have a teal blue and cream grey Cerve Gundam. Minus the Seraphim, but theoretically I might be able to make a Seraphim. So, yeah, that's what I got for Christmas. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And I mean quite happy with that. And those will be assembled because I can now get to my table. Come on, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I can get to my table now. Yes, it is finicky. Yes, I have to put things on my bed to do it, but I can do it. But that will be some time, along with the fact the first thing I need to actually do a video on are the Bakugan. I got a box of Bakugan from the Battle Planet series that I haven't actually touched. I've got 2 in there, one a Diamond Drago and the other a Aurelus Trino. The rest all there. So I need to open those and I need to pack them away. Funnily enough, the only things I actually haven't received this year are the ubiquitous DVD, because every year my mum and dad try and get everyone in the family a DVD. I didn't get that because the only DVD I wanted was the Digimon Season 3 collector's pack, Digimon Tamers. Problem is, complete season box set, not available. Pain in the right fucking ass. So yeah, didn't get that. Didn't get the smellies, so no shower gel or deodorant this year, which is quite surprising actually. And no chocolate orange. I want my chocolate orange. It's not Terry's, it's mine. But yeah, other than that, pretty decent. I did get for myself Monster Hunter World and GTA 5 for the PC on Steam. So yeah, it's just I wanted to experience snow in GTA, but I'm gonna have to wait until next year to do it. But this does mean that now I can actually get the DLC. Hopefully. Hopefully I can get the DLC. But that also means I can play online, because you need gold to play online for some fucking reason. Also, for some stupid ass reason, internet functionality is tied to having an Xbox Live account. It's just, dude, seriously? Like, who came up with that? Who? Even if I'm just using YouTube or using Google, have to have Xbox Live? Dude, they don't even use Xbox Live. So why do I need to be logged into Xbox Live to use YouTube? It's just pathetic. That is literally pathetic. But I digress. Things to fiddle through, things to work with, things to enjoy. So hopefully you had a happy Chrimbo, a merry watch edge majigger, and have a lovely evening and a remainder of 2020, because I won't. So peace and signing out. See you next year.